Today we're diving deep into a topic that's been bugging me for years, the Game Awards, the so-called celebration of gaming that feels more like a corporate marketing spectacle. This show, run by Jeff Keighley, claims to represent gamers, but let's be honest, it doesn't. So buckle up, because we're unpacking why the Game Awards is a problem, what it says about gaming going mainstream, and how we as gamers can reclaim what makes this industry so special. Let's get one thing straight. The Game Awards doesn't represent gamers, it represents corporations. Jeff Keighley has gone so far as to attempt to trademark the term Game Awards, essentially trying to monopolize the concept itself. This move makes it clear that the goal isn't celebrating gaming as a community. It's creating a marketing machine that caters to publishers, sponsors, and legacy gaming media. The illusion of being for the fans is just that, an illusion. The fan vote counts for a mere 10% of the final decision, while 90% is controlled by a jury of over 100 global media outlets. That 10% is there to give us the illusion of participation, but in reality, it's almost meaningless. Even if every fan on Earth voted for the same game, the jury could completely override that decision. This imbalance ensures that the show remains a corporate marketing event, with legacy gaming media outlets deciding which games get recognition and which don't. It's not about celebrating what we love, it's about controlling the narrative, keeping developers happy, and giving sponsors the exposure they paid for. That's not representation, that's gatekeeping. Now let's talk about that jury. According to the Game Awards website, it includes outlets like Entertainment Weekly, Rolling Stone, The Atlantic, and Variety. What do these publications even know about gaming? When was the last time Entertainment Weekly gave you insightful commentary on game mechanics or design? These are outlets focused on pop culture fluff, not serious gaming critique. And while it's nice to see international representation on the jury, including countries like India, Brazil, and Japan, the reality is that the system still prioritizes legacy gaming media over actual gamers. The result is that nominees and winners are chosen by outlets more interested in maintaining access to developers and publishers than in reflecting the preferences of the people who actually play the games. By relying on legacy media outlets, the Game Awards perpetuates a cycle where only certain voices matter. These outlets are often compromised by agendas, whether political or corporate, which skews their votes. Meanwhile, gamers, the ones who actually buy and play these games, are sidelined. Even promising inclusions like influencers or international representation are overshadowed by the overwhelming influence of outdated media giants. The system is built to protect the status quo, not to reflect the gaming community. At its core, the Game Awards isn't an award show, it's a marketing spectacle. The flashy trailers, big budget reveals, and celebrity appearances aren't there to celebrate gaming, they're there to sell you something. It's less about rewarding creativity and innovation and more about creating hype for the next upcoming releases. And it's all meticulously designed to cater to publishers and sponsors. It's gotten to the point to where expansion packs, DLCs, remakes, and even seasonal updates are eligible for awards now, ensuring that developers and studios feel included, regardless of whether their product is truly groundbreaking or not. Which brings us to our next point, sponsors. They're not just supporting the show, they're shaping it. The awards categories and even the eligibility rules are often molded to keep developers and publishers happy. Imagine a developer calling up Jeff Keighley and saying, "We spent years on this DLC, it needs recognition." Suddenly, DLCs, remakes, and expansions are included across all categories, diluting the focus of the awards. It's all about appeasing the industry, not honoring the players who keep it alive. This isn't about celebrating gaming, it's about keeping the corporate machine well-oiled. The Game Awards exemplify the downsides of gaming going mainstream. Developers are no longer being celebrated for their heart, soul, or creativity. They're being rewarded for meeting metrics. Games are increasingly designed to appeal to as many demographics as possible, prioritizing marketability over passion. Just look at Star Wars Outlaws. It's a game engineered to check every box, appealing to fans of open-world games, Star Wars, and even GTA-style mechanics. Compare that to something like Black Myth Wukong, a game brimming with heart, soul, and cultural significance. The Game Awards cater to these metrics because they have nothing else to replace the genuine passion and love for gaming that once defined the industry. Another casualty of gaming's mainstream success is the growing aversion to creative risks. Developers and publishers are now more willing to release unfinished, broken games because they know the audience will buy them anyway. Games like Black Myth Wukong, created by smaller studios with heart and cultural significance, are increasingly rare. Meanwhile, polished releases like Space Marine 2 are the exception rather than the rule. This shift reflects a troubling trend where profit margins takes precedence over delivering a complete, innovative, and memorable experience for gamers. Gaming going mainstream hasn't been all bad. There are some undeniable benefits. For one, it's erased much of the stigma around being a gamer. There was a time when gaming was considered weird or nerdy, a hobby for social outcasts. Now, gaming is everywhere. From blockbuster TV shows and movies based on games to ads running during primetime TV, gaming has become a legitimate and celebrated part of mainstream culture. Society finally sees gaming as normal, even cool, and that's a big win for all of us. The solution to the problems with the Game Awards and gaming's corporatization begins with us. Imagine an award show created by gamers for gamers. A celebration where every vote counts equally, whether it's cast by a fan, a streamer, or even a media outlet. No inflated voting blocks, no special treatment for legacy media or sponsors. This would be a true reflection of what gamers love, with nominations and winners decided entirely by popular vote. Sponsors could participate, but their influence would be limited to financial support and product placement, not decision making. Let's not forget, legacy gaming media, game developers, and shows like the Game Awards all work hard to create the illusion that gamers are just a passive audience, relying on their expertise to guide us. But the reality is that we hold all the power. Our wallets dictate what succeeds and what doesn't, no matter how much they try to minimize or obscure that fact. These entities attempt to present themselves as the ultimate authority in gaming, positioning their opinions, their votes, and their narratives as the defining voice of the industry. But that perceived authority crumbles when we, the gamers, refuse to buy into their system, literally and figuratively. Their imagined superiority is nothing compared to the influence we wield with our purchasing decisions. Every time we choose to support a game that prioritizes passion over profit, or a studio that values its players, we're making a statement. When we reject games designed only to meet metrics, or reject award shows that cater to corporations instead of us as fans, we reclaim that power. No amount of jury votes, legacy media puff pieces, or developer marketing can outweigh the collective purchasing decisions of millions of gamers. The truth is, we are the gaming industry. Without us, there's no revenue, no community, no future. It's time to remember that and vote with our wallets to build an industry that reflects the creativity, passion, and fun that made us all fall in love with gaming in the first place. Despite all the problems with corporatization and mainstream legacy gaming media, there's hope. Gaming remains a medium with the power to create transformative experiences and build communities. The passion projects like Black Myth Wukong and polished releases like Space Marine 2 remind us of what's possible when developers pour their heart and soul into their work. By supporting these types of games and pushing for a community-driven award show, we can reclaim gaming as the art form and cultural touchstone it truly is. Together, we can make gaming about creativity, passion, and love of video games once again. Let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed today. The Game Awards, the corporatization of gaming, and the loss of heart and soul in the industry are issues that affect all of us as gamers. What's your take? Are you fed up with the corporatization? Are you ready to push back against these trends and reclaim what makes gaming special? Or do you think it's already a lost cause? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this video gave you something to think about, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Every like and subscription helps the channel grow, allowing me to bring you more in-depth content, engaging discussions, and fresh perspectives on gaming. Your support really means the world to me, and together we can push for the change this industry needs. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, remember, it's only GG when you win.